Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I'm merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. There is the mighty fine Emperor. Very strong, assertive energy. I think that is very good for Sagittarius. I think that this is just a little bit of discipline, perhaps, of leadership. But let's see, let's put this into some context. There we have the Lover's card, some very good earth energy. Wow, a lot of good earth energy today. I think this is really fantastic. Yeah, wow. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we'll set our little horse right down on top. Now we're not going to look at that card until the very end, and hopefully that card will tie everything together, right? Give us the confirmation that we need. So let's look at this now. This is a magical spread. We've got major, right there in the center, bang, two major arcana, very intense energy. This is a commitment to your goals. This is the choice to have the discipline to really, bring together this earth and this air, to get yourself together, to get your job done, to get whatever this is, whatever project you're working on, if this is a career thing, if this is some kind of artistic endeavor, if this is some spiritual work, whatever you're working on, doesn't have to be career, whatever your focus is, whatever this fire energy, whatever your consciousness is committed to, you're getting it done. This is a miracle. This is a blessing. We've got, let's see, we've got a little bit of fire energy. What we don't have is the water, right? We see a little bit of water with the Queen of Pentacles, right? It's a little bit of water in there, which we'll talk about. Otherwise, there's no water. There's air, and there's earth. A lot of air, a lot of earth, a little bit of fire, and a teeny tiny bit of water there. But the fire that we have is very potent fire. It's this Emperor energy. And the little bit of water that we have here is just enough nostalgia, I think, at the end, right? But let's start with the Emperor, because I feel like you're working on something, but what you need is a little bit of reinforcement, a little bit of confidence in yourself, you know? It's almost like this, we need this discipline. We need a little bit of a boost that says, hey, do the hard work now. Focus all of your forces. Be this Emperor and keep pushing. Now's the time to make moves. Now is the time to make progress. We see a Five of Pentacles here in the position of your environment. This is your relationship to the environment. This is what needs to happen between you and the environment. You need to move, right? The Five is all about change. This is the time to do the work, to invest, to move the materials, to do the difficult work, to make the investments of time and energy, blood, sweat, and tears, have the discipline, have the force, have the willpower to do it. And that may mean that we are delaying gratification. It may mean that we're going to have to just put in a lot of hours right now. Now is the time to get to work. The time for rest, repose, for reminiscing, right? For nostalgia, for relaxation, That's coming later. That's at the very end. Right now, it's time to recommit ourselves. Here is that Lover's card. Whatever you're doing has an intense significance for you. It's something that you've married yourself to this. Maybe it's a marriage, maybe it's with a person, maybe it's a romantic relationship. Maybe it's a work thing. Maybe it's your own business, maybe it's your own career, your own, musical career, your own art, whatever it might be, your own spiritual path. It's something that has intense significance for you. It's very important to you. You've chosen it over everything else. Now's the time to prove it, right? I'm not trying to be harsh. The emperor, it's time to step up, be the emperor, be the leader, be in charge, have the willpower, have the assertiveness, the confidence. Don't lose your poise, don't lose your composure, but do it. Get it done. We see that this situation, now it kind of feels to me like it is some sort of a work thing, career, maybe you're like literally building something, because we see a lot of resources here in your past. This is the potential. It's almost like this situation arose that just said, hey, this could be the biggest success of your life. This could be the real moneymaker, rich and famous, all of the fortune and glory that you could ask for. All of the abundance, spiritual or material or otherwise, everything that you could dream of, it's here if you want it. This has the potential to be all of these things, right? Princess of Discs contains every other card, right? Has everything within it, and is basically saying, here, you can manifest whatever you want. It's going to be directly proportional to the amount of effort you put in, but it can be you can have the whole world, right? So we see this was the opportunity that said, hey, this could be really, really big, really, really big. I think we've met with some obstacles along the way. Even the Eight of Pentacles down here, it seems like a little bit of an obstacle. This is the attention to details. This is the patience. This is kind of us saying, but it's going to take so long, right? This is the kind of, this is us maybe getting wrapped up in all of those little details. It's like when you're trying to clean out your house or something, and you're finding all of these boxes. And you've got to look at every little thing. Every little piece of paper. When you're clearing out your file cabinet, every little piece of paper, everything, It's like my wife and I. By the way, she's over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. Go get a tea leaf reading when you're done here. We'll go through boxes of old baby clothes she's 3 now, our daughter. When she was a baby, we've kept everything. So we'll say, well, maybe it's time to donate some stuff, give it to friends and other family members. And we'll go through these boxes and we'll look at every little thing, and it's just, it's hard to do anything. We get stuck down in the basement looking at all these the little socks and the little onesies and stuff, and that's fine for later. That's the Queen of Pentacles vibe there. But I feel like that's kind of the energy that we get stuck in a little bit. That right now maybe that's kind of preventing us from making preventing us from getting to that stage in life where we can just kind of rest and relax and be nostalgic over everything and look at everything and get sentimental. And here I am with a little tear in my eye. So the Eight of Pentacles, it's a very good card. It's paying attention. Yeah, we want all of that. I keep switching to the wrong camera now. I'm thinking about my daughter being just a little baby. we need the attention to details, right? You don't want to let all these things pass you by. But if we're really trying to make progress, we don't want to get stuck here. We don't want to miss the forest for the trees, you know? We don't, or maybe I'm saying that backwards. We don't want to get so wrapped up in these little details that we don't see the bigger picture, you know? That we're not able to make progress. And this is something that's underneath it. So maybe we don't realize that when we get started on this project, this work, this whatever we're doing, right? Whatever scenario this is for you. When we get started on it, do you find yourself getting wrapped up in the little details? Maybe it's just, you know, I sit down to write in my journal. I literally can spend an hour or two just figuring out what pen I want to use, you know? We get wrapped up in those little things that ultimately don't matter. Or maybe they do really matter, like, you know, reminiscing of your baby's little socks or something. But before we know it, a lot of time has passed, hours, days, weeks, years, right? Because we're just, well, I'm still trying to get organized, you know. I'm still trying to get the soil just right before I can grow these wonderful plants. And before we know it, winter's here again. We have to wait for the next season and the next season. All the while, the universe, the world, nature is here just saying you can grow whatever you want. Why are you spending time on all of these other details? But again, I want to emphasize there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with taking your time, picking out the right pen to use, you know, picking out what kind of soil or what exact kind of nutrients you need in your soil, whatever. But there's a point at which that becomes the work rather than just the process, the means to get to the result we're looking for. We get too wrapped up in that. Yeah. That's one of our obstacles. I think the other obstacles are this air energy. This here, coming from above, this might be a little bit of our own tendency to be distracted. Not distracted by here, because with here, we're focused on something specific. We're focused on these little details. You know, I'm trying to clean the house, but then I get wrapped up in fixing the vacuum cleaner or something. And before I know it, it's dinner time and I haven't cleaned the house. We're focused on one thing here. But up here, it seems like we're focused on many different things. That we're just, our interests, our thoughts are just kind of circling around like birds, or in this case, like a dragonfly. So I feel like this is always something new and rather exciting or stimulating that comes your way that just kind of distracts us. Or it's like, oh, this is something more urgent. This needs my attention now. I'm going to go take care of this really fast. Like you're trying to clean the house, and then you just say, oh, well, I should probably go mow the lawn now. I hear a lawnmower. I better go get to that. And before we know it, we're doing so many other things except for what we really committed to, except for this central thing here, this very important, significant thing. It's almost as if we are resisting this. Some part of us is finding other distractions, finding other things to do, rather than doing this. Whatever this is, does require a lot of discipline. We have to be that emperor. The emperor, yes, is aware of these other energies, these other needs, these other details, but knows how to organize, knows how to maybe delegate, prioritize. This is the Ace of Swords. This is prioritizing. This is having everything line up behind our ultimate goal, our ultimate truth and will, the absolute crowning achievement that we're working toward, which is going to land us here, which is going to create this possibility and manifest this. You are going from a Princess of Pentacles to a Queen of Pentacles. It's a maturing. It's a realization. It's a growth. Potential, actual. Right? not yet manifest, fully manifested. But to do that, we have to be singular. We have to stay on track. We have to have the discipline to go in this direction. But this is the card we don't want. Right? There's something that's still resisting all of this progress. There's something that we need to discover about ourselves, why we're having a difficulty moving forward. And this is that Princess of Swords. This is us resisting progress for some reason. This is that energy within us that is trying to thwart our efforts. A little bit of self-sabotage. Not really sabotage, but just this little bit of resistance, right? Trying to defend, trying to ward off this progress for whatever reason, right? Maybe there is something about this that is not unwanted, but it'll be a change, you know? Maybe where we are now is very comfortable. And there's part of us that just doesn't want the big change. But it's time. 5 of Pentacles. It's time for the change. It's time to put all of our effort into this and get moving. Yeah, maybe it's going to be disruptive. Maybe it's going to destabilize your life a little bit. Maybe it's a big risk. Maybe it's a big investment. But if there's no work, there's no reward, right? This card's also talking about the resistance from others around us, from the world, from our interactions. So this is either like difficult people that you work with or other people in the family that may have different opinions. But it's not very strong. This is just like minor kind of energy. This is rather easily defeated. But it's almost like it's just one more thing that's kind of keeping us from really forging ahead. Yeah. So it's just that the minor resistance from people, from others involved. Maybe there's an air sign person. Maybe it's a Gemini person in your life. If we're talking about a relationship here, it might be with a Gemini person. Maybe you and your spouse or your partner or your best friend or whoever, or a cat, maybe it's your pet. Maybe the two of you are doing this together, but they're offering some kind of resistance to it. And it's kind of keeping you in this idle kind of place too, right? It could be resonating that way. My cat has graced us with her presence. She's not scratching at the door today, which is interesting. Now she just found her way here. You can come up here, but don't step on the cards. Come on, you can... a little cameo by TT, our Sphinx cat here. She doesn't show up too often in the readings. She's just very busy. She likes to know what's going on everywhere. So she might sit here for a minute and then she'll probably run off. So, could be a Gemini person that is part of this with you, and maybe they are resisting things a little bit, and that's kind of keeping you in this position too, right? That we're kind of allowing that influence a little bit, you know. Either way, moving to the path of the Serpent now. This is where things really get busy. You still have this goal. Here's the 4 of Wands. This is your general energy. You want to take all the fire, this Emperor energy. You want to take this fire and you want to manifest the earth. You want to get here. You want to take the raw materials of the earth and you want to grow this thing that you're growing. You want to reach your goal. This is the 4 of Wands. It's fire manifested into a stable, four-cornered, four-walled earth, place. Maybe there's interference from this air. Maybe this Gemini, this lover's energy, maybe this is some of that interference. Maybe this is some of that blockage. Maybe this is, trying to get this other person, maybe this Gemini person, on board with us so that we can continue moving forward. That it could be resonating that way. But the Four of Wands is your will to manifest your creative energy. This is the Emperor now using the earth energy that we have to build this life, this business, this success, this career, whatever it is. Maybe it's a family, or maybe it's literally a house. I don't know. So this is what we're trying to do. This is the underlying will of it all, right? This is our underlying purpose. What it's time for now, though, is not stability. It's not rest. It's not solid state. It's motion, right? We need to take all of the earth energy that we have, the raw materials that we have over here, and we need to start moving it. We need to start building it, doing the thing. And this is going to disrupt. You're renovating your house. Your house is going to be in disorder for a while. It's going to be kind of chaos while the work is being done. But that's just part of the game, right? That's part of how the energy moves. So it is time for this movement, to invest this time. It's finally time to get up and just say, yeah, I've got to just start doing it now. Maybe we like where we are. It's kind of nice to be relaxing here. Maybe the resistance from this air energy is we're just kind of acquiescing to it or succumbing to it. But now it's time to act. I'm not talking to you, TT. It's time for you to settle down. Not time for the earth energy to settle down. So I don't know if I'm explaining the energy correctly or what it feels like, but it's just so when we kind of we wake up and realize that we've been kind of reminiscing in these boxes of old clothes for too long. Oh, it's time to actually get up and get moving with the day and get started on working or whatever we're doing, So it's time for the Five of Pentacles. And to do that, we definitely need to focus everything around this goal. All of our energy and all of our people around us, this needs to be the goal. That Ace of Swords needs to be a unified interest. Everybody needs to be on the same page. All of our energies, all of our attention, the people around us, our partner, if this is a Gemini partner, we all have to be on the same path. We all have to be in agreement with what we're doing and why, and that now's the time to do it. But I feel like this is the card that it's kind of difficult. This is the difficulty now, I guess, is getting everybody ready at the same time, right? Getting everybody on the same page at the same time, ready to start working right now, is difficult. Even getting ourselves ready at the same time, Everything could be on track, you could be ready to go, but then it's like, again, one of these distractions. Oh, I was going to start today, but then I realized that I had to do blah, 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 blah. But if we can do this, if we can get, hang on, TT, I don't want to knock all of these cards off. She wants to do her own tarot reading. She could probably do a better job than I'm doing. But the ultimate aim is to manifest these miracles, to really get this abundance in your life to the point where you can look back on the process and we can spend time reminiscing and relaxing and being nostalgic and enjoying this. This is the Queen of Pentacles. It has that sense of sentimentality, of emotion, right? There's no water here. There's no emotional connection with the work right now. It's just kind of this heavy, slow earth energy. And then it's the need for this activity. It's the need for the fire, but the activity that we get instead is the air activity. Right? So we need that kind of emotional connection. We need that nostalgia. We need to feel good about what we've accomplished. But that's not here now. That's coming at the end. And even at the end, it's just beginning, right? That joy and appreciation. that satisfaction with what we've accomplished. You don't get that now, right? We get that after. Let's see what the mystery card is. TT, maybe you can help us with the mystery card. This is Mr. Ed. That is our little horse friend. You're doing a great job. You are. Thank you. I appreciate you. The mystery card now. The cat's trying to climb up my shoulder. All right. She likes to eat my hair sometimes, I think. Anyway, the mystery card now. We said that water energy is coming afterwards. And I feel like this mystery card is either going to be some active fire energy, right? Because we need some active fire. We need to see that this emperor is getting up and doing things now, is not just relaxing and being too comfortable, enjoying being emperor. That work is actually getting done, you know? So we either need some active fire energy, maybe a 3, maybe a 5, maybe a 9 of wands, or we need that water energy showing that, yes, after all of this is said and done and things have been accomplished, there's going to be that joy and that love and that sense of meaning and that connection with what you've done. That it's all going to be worth it at the end, right? I think we know what we need to do now. Let's just get that confirmation that it's worth it. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. The 3 of Cups. This is the celebration, right? This is the work is done. You've reached your goals. You've done it. You've accomplished this thing. Then it's time to celebrate. This makes it all worth it. This is what you're working toward. Yeah, you're working toward your Queen of Pentacles, right? This is you in the success, like kind of being nostalgic and reminiscing and the hindsight, the thinking about the path and the enjoying of what you've created and kind of relaxing in that abundance, you know. But this is the real meaning and connection behind it. This is everybody involved celebrating, right? This, if it's with a partner, this is the celebration, right? This is the real goal. This is that joy and satisfaction, the significance of what you're doing, that you will realize once you're done doing it. So I think this is the confirmation. I think this is really important. Because there is no water here. So we need this, but this comes after. Right? This is the gratification, right, of all of your efforts, the reward for all of your efforts. But it comes at the end, you know. Anyway, we are going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, just click on the link in the corner. That'll give you access to every extended reading. Sagittarius, I want to thank you for taking this little journey with me. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.